Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing here? I'm Kasi Arma. You're now tuning into the Art of Melody. This is now chapter number 7, if I believe. And this one is titled Double Dating. Now, for you guys and girls out there, you know the ins and outs of, obviously to this point, hopefully everything worked out well and you're officially with, that other person, the significant other. And, with the point within relationships, you're going to want to, hang out with other people or obviously be together, but, do other activities with maybe, hopefully I would recommend, and we'll probably get into that too later chapters, with other couples. There's nothing wrong with hanging out with other single, folks as a couple, but, hanging out with other couples, I think will allow, for those within the relationship not to think or have those sort of thoughts of when they were single and how the single life might, interact negatively, let me say that, with your current situation. So I would only highly recommend that, after you've established something with that person which you're dealing with. And until then, I'll stay away from it, the whole situation, hanging out with your friends or family or whoever it be, outings with other couples. The reason as to why I say that is, you want to establish that chemistry, that bond, with that person, what you're trying to deal with. Unless, to me, that hasn't been established yet, it hasn't been solidified, I don't think you should probably be going out, with others. It makes sense, doesn't it? To me, if, whatever it is that you're trying to establish isn't set, you don't move on to something else. To me, double dating is in essence, it's almost like level 2, and you can't go to level 2 without being in level 1. It just doesn't go like that, Again, I would recommend those who are in a situation within themselves. But only until then is my recommendation until you should be hanging out, because again, it's best for you to know the ins and outs of the person which you're with and have that again cemented, and then move on. You don't want to be caught up in situations where you don't necessarily know certain things and the embarrassment may come. So just make sure you're good with whomever you're dealing with. Make sure the people that you're going out with, they're cool. Hopefully they are cool and you don't have any sort of issues with them, so hence why you're going out with them, you trust them. But just make sure everything is okay with their situation. You don't want anyone else's mishaps or bad situations rubbing off on yours. You don't want that to happen, influencing any sort of trouble within your relationship, especially if your relationship is peaceful. I know you wouldn't want that. So that's it. Art of Melody, Kasi Arma here. Peace.